The figure of Jesus is holding the Torah on his right hand side. Tefillin is wrapped around his This exhibition explores the figure of Jesus in Israeli art. It encompasses about 130 years of creation from the second half of the 19th century until today. 40 artists, 150 works of art, a very large exhibition. It starts with the idea of Jews looking again at the figure of Jesus, putting him inside of their art as a Jew. In the beginning, as a kind of a bridge between the Jewish world and the Christian world, because Jesus was a Jew, taking him back to Judaism as a universal figure, a prophet figure, a figure of moral importance without believing in his divinity. That's very important to say in a general word, because this whole exhibition is about the way Jewish artists depict the figure of Jesus. In Jewish art, it's of course always interesting to look at things that were forbidden, to look at how artists touched the taboo. And Jesus is a taboo. So looking at a taboo, looking at something that's forbidden in the general traditional Jewish world was always a place that artists were attracted to, and we see how this came in very, very interesting and creative ways. In Israel, there's a sort of a blind spot that has to do with the Christian story, because Christianity is, of course, part of the landscape in Israel. And, of course, it's the biggest cultural influence on Israeli culture in general. But in a way, Jews have a sort of a blind spot to the Christian theology, to the figure of Jesus, also because of the fact that he's considered a kind of a taboo sort of area. So for me, this process was about finding Jesus in the works of Israeli artists and looking at the different levels in which he's portrayed.
Jesus was a Jew, we can even say a good Jew, and all his deeds were here in this land. So for me, it's just normal to use this personality as portraying things that are happening in this land and to the Jewish people. I don't think that using Jesus is only allowed as a Christian symbol.
I think it's just sometimes important to remember that Jesus was Jewish and not to forget it and assume that he was something else.
But Jesus is not a taboo. It can be a symbol for a lot of things, for compassion also, but also for suffering. So it can be the Jewish people part of the time, but we saw here in the exhibition an art piece that is talking about the Israeli Arabs in Kfar Qasim as those who are miserable. So it doesn't have to be only the Jewish people. It can be also the Israeli Arabs under occupation.
אז כן, אז